What's up, folks? It's Kurt from Whitetails Deer Hunting. I'm all packed up on the road 4 days to hunt public land in Ohio. So psyched. Boys got there yesterday morning and we're hunting this morning. Didn't see a whole lot. I'm only an hour and a half into my trip. I just got a text from Trevor. Buck down, baby. Beginning of the week starts out well. That's one. Hopefully we got more bucks to come this week.
Getting ready to come up to Trevor. He's waiting for me with a light. I see white belly. Look at that guy. Look at that guy, huh?
Got it, huh?
Look. Heck yeah, man. Congratulations, brother. Oh, that's good shit right there. Holy crap.
He looks sweet.
Heck yeah, he does.
Super tall, isn't he?
Look at that. Nice. Oh, he's foaming. Look at you, huh?
He was,
Nice. So show me.
so it was probably, yeah, half tree there.
Yeah, is that you or somebody else?
Nah, that's someone else.
Is this you?
Yep, those are me.
All right.
So I can see it. I came back out. So
Oh.
the pack tree there, probably down like 5 yards. He was, and I was way up there. Like in those trees up in there.
I kind of like where that split is
Way
right up
down,
there.
way up in there on the where the wall goes up. Yeah.
And he came this way?
Yeah, he stayed low. He wasn't cutting up. That's why I took a video of him. He just dumped blood out of his nose and face, just like turned on a faucet, and then just stumbled backwards right down there.
You shot him back there. He came up here.
I shot him like back in that angle.
And then he
Maybe it was probably like 15, 20 yards that way.
and he came right here and realized he ain't going anymore.
He didn't even like run hard. He like trotted up here and like stood and then put his face on and went boom. And then I started taking the video. That's when we did the backflip tumble and rolled downhill.
Nice, brother. How we doing, man? Good to be back, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Heck yeah. Oh,
Did you see it?
the hell, Trevor? You can take care of your meat?
No, I wanted to eat first.
Sweet. Yeah. Dude, look at how close that thing comes
I know. It's just crazy how it just sweeps so quick. You know what I mean?
there. Yep.
And it's like, but when you look at it like from the backside, the
Yeah.
thing just looks like. If you look at it this angle, that
up,
thing
brother?
looks really good.
How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
Machine. Fucking 3 years, 3 deer.
Good. How are you?
Yeah. That's so funny. That's the one that you showed me the other day that
Yeah.
daylighted.
Yeah. No.
That's not the one
no,
that daylighted?
No, it's not the day. No, it was just another 8-pointer that daylighted. That's not the one that daylighted though.
This is cool right
But
there.
that's definitely the one that I had on camera though.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
and he was right at that point.
Uh-huh.
You know that when you and I went.
Yeah, it's funny because we had picked that out as a
Yeah.
spot where like they're coming out of that thick shit. They're coming right down through here. They're crossing the creek and going up into the ag.
And that's what.
So which way did he come from? He
From
come out of the thick
private.
shit?
Private land, yeah.
Yep.
Private down into the creek bottom and then
Yep.
up.
That's what
Yep.
we thought. We called that.
Yeah, I
we
know,
called
man.
that shit a couple weeks
That's-
ago.
Because he was debating on that.
And he's like, you should probably just go right there. So I went right there.
Yeah.
He was thinking about going all the way to the backside where I'm hunting.
Uh-huh.
And
No,
he's
that
been
spot, yeah.
back there before, you know. And I was just like, well, I was like, you know, this would probably be a good spot. I said, Kurt, you know, picked out a tree. And
We saw that and we're like, that's a solid place. They're gonna come through.
yeah,
I'm so fucking psyched that worked.
yeah.
Well, right where my stand was in front of me,
Uh-huh.
to my left, in going kind of like
So
it starts getting
hold
thick
on,
in the
hold on,
bedding,
though,
right
hold
at
on,
the
hold on.
rub.
So you know that tree that you picked?
Yep.
So
So
like,
you look uphill, it was
yes,
thick on the right.
He was up here.
He was
He was up the hill farther,
Gotcha.
so he was facing down.
oh facing down.
Because there was a west-southwest wind,
Gotcha.
so he was playing that
Gotcha.
trail on the other side.
Yeah, I was looking right down into the gully, and to my left was like the thick, brushy bedding
Yep.
area, but there was a rub there.
and
I'm like,
there's only one trail coming out of there.
right.
We
That's what I
walked
saw.
out it. There was,
and I was
yeah.
like, oh, he's gonna come right up. You know, if something comes,
Yep.
it's gonna be 10 yards in front of me. Well, no, he decided he was going to start coming up, and then he just veered right, and he was just going to go like probably 20, 30 yards low of that trail, just into the brush head on. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to have a chance here if he goes any further. So he was about 30, 35 yards, step broadside, outside of a tree. And
That was it?
there. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, he got, I don't want to say lucky, because he does those expandables and he hit that freaking shoulder, but it went in just enough to freaking do what it did, obviously, with that video that he sent. Holy crap.
Dude, that's a nice buck, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
It is. Look what I forgot to tell you. Look what I found.
Oh, nice.
Found a shed?
I found a shed in the creek bottom, and then when I got up and I picked my tree, there was this knife right underneath that tree. And
Nice.
I mean, it'd been there for a while, but that baby's sharp as heck. So
Get her up and running.
I'm sitting there right now. About 10 minutes ago, I'm going through everything in my mind. I'm like, I have no clue what I did with my knife after I shot that buck 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
No clue what I
Probably
did.
what happened to this guy.
Yep. No clue what I did with it. I'm finally at camp. Here a day later than everybody else. Trevor already has a buck down. Everybody's tired. They went out, cut up that buck, brought him back. I'm still a little wound up from driving for 5 hours. So I'm having a beer and relaxing, enjoying the fact that I got a 4-day rutcation to hunt in Ohio with my buddies. Well, I'm here. I'm gonna sleep in the back of my truck tonight, get my bag with all my hunting clothes and equipment ready for the morning. Up here I got my boots, my Lone Wolf hang-on stand, and my sticks. And when I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna be all ready to get up, grab a bite to eat, get in the truck, and head out to where we're going. I'm excited to go out to the same place as you and not be far away. We've talked about doing this for a while.
Yeah.
You know. Here we go, Blake and I are off for a morning hunt in Ohio. First sit of the weekend, and I'm hoping to see some buck. 3 years I've been here hunting. I've only had one opportunity, and I passed because it was just out of my range. I'm hoping this weekend I get some opportunities at some mature buck in front of me, and hopefully I can take my time and capitalize and make the best of my opportunity and put a buck down. There's a huge gully that's about 15 yards behind the tree that I was sitting in. I mean, literally it's a cliff and it drops down about 50 feet. I was thinking there might be a possibility that the thermals were going to draw all the air down into that gully, but my theory didn't work. So within 2 hours of sitting here, I have moved to the other side of the trail, the uphill side, because as the morning sun has hit this slope, the thermals are now rising, and where I was sitting, my wind was blowing right to the trails in front of me that the deer would come across. So now I am on the uphill side of the trails for late morning, and we'll see if we can get a bruiser walk by. Winds are going to change to the south tomorrow, so I'm going to get out of here mid-afternoon today, head to a different spot, get my stand set up so that I can be ready to go all day tomorrow when we get some 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. It's amazing. All my cell cameras, I've only got one buck in the last 24 hours on all my cells. I don't know what happened with the movement, but it slowed down about everywhere during the heavy winds and rain yesterday, and we thought it was gonna be stellar this morning. Nice and cold, high pressure, but we haven't seen anything. I'm hoping this thick stuff is still going to have deer moving at any time during the day today. Definitely a good call. That sun's heating up the land, and it is definitely pushing these thermals uphill. No luck the first morning. I did not see any deer, so I'm going to take my time working out of here. Maybe if I find a spot that's got some fresh sign, I may sit on the ground and just watch for an hour or so and slowly work my way back to the truck. One of my favorite things to do is to eat lunch in the woods. Went down to Tonka. Hoping I have a little bit better luck tonight, stepping into a place that I think could be good tonight, and I think tomorrow with heavy south winds. I am set up for my first night hunt in Ohio. Had to pick a tree that I didn't love. It's a cherry. Cherries are tough because of their bark, and my straps kept getting caught, so it took me like an extra 10 minutes longer than it should have to get set up. But the bonus is I'm leaving my sticks and my hang-on stand here tonight, and tomorrow morning when I come in, I'm gonna have my set ready to go, so all I have to do is climb up into it, which would be really nice. So here's a spot that I think tomorrow is gonna be good because of some heavy south winds. It's a north-northeast facing slope, and we'll see. This morning I got skunked, so just when I think I know what the hell I'm doing, I realize I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Well, that was a rough first day. I saw 0 deer in 2 sits, and on my way out crossing the creek, I crossed the wrong place. Water went over my muck boots, and my muck boots filled with water, including my long underwear and both pair of my hunting pants. And I left my set in there, so I have to go back across that creek to sit tomorrow morning. What the hell? What's up, folks? Day 2. I'm in the stand after not seeing any deer yesterday. Hoping today's gonna be a better day. Got most of my shit dry last night after ending up having the water go over my boots. Got my boots on this morning and they're mostly dry, but my socks are a little bit wet. So gotta go ahead and have confidence I'm gonna have a good morning this morning. See how it goes. I'm gonna pick up my camera in here today, and then during the day really do some evaluation and figure out what I'm going to do for the next 2 days. I'm supposed to have a big rain event coming in about 10 o'clock this morning, so I'm going to go ahead and sit until I'm probably within about 15 minutes of that rain event, get my stuff down, go up and get that camera, hustle out of here, head back to camp, and then probably try and get some rain gear on and maybe do some walking, slow stalking during the day today. Wish me luck. Starting to pick up in front of this front that's heading our way. We're supposed to get rain anywhere between 10 and 1. So I'm going to sit here for maybe another 45 minutes or so. My boots weren't totally dry, so my feet and socks are wet and pretty damn cold right now. So I think I'm going to cut my losses a little bit early this morning, go get my camera in here,
head back to camp, get some dry socks, change some clothes, and I'm gonna go to a different property closer to camp. I'm gonna poke around for the day and find a place to sit for tonight, tomorrow morning. Okay folks, it's about 9 o'clock. I've decided that wet feet and cold weather don't match up, so my feet are freezing. So I'm gonna get stuff packed up. I'm gonna go ahead, get my camera that's out of here, get back to camp, figure out what I'm gonna do this afternoon for some walking clothes. And as the rain comes in, I'm gonna put some miles on the boots. I'm gonna find some deer and a place to sit for the next day and a half. Well, I went back to camp, got my feet warm, got something to eat for lunch, and changed over to some hiking clothes and my backpack. Looks like we're gonna get some pretty heavy rain today, and my muck boots were pretty damn close from being underwater, just coming in this morning and out when I was done today. So I'm not sure I'm gonna go back into that property because I have a strange feeling that the creek level is gonna rise after this rainstorm. And number one, I don't want to get wet again. Number two, I didn't want to leave my set in there and then have it get stuck in there. There's a property that's not far from where we're staying, and I've been on it once in the winter time. I have a general idea what is in here. I'm going to see what kind of fresh sign I can find right now and see if I can find a spot to set up for tonight and tomorrow morning. And if I can't, I know I have an alternate place tonight that I'm going to take my stand to and set up. So here we go. I'm out doing a little scouting in the middle of the afternoon on Friday, and there's a couple lines of storms that are coming through, so I brought my rain gear and my umbrella and tucked up here underneath this huge white pine tree, and just kind of taking a look at my maps, what I've seen so far, kind of evaluating whether or not I think those are some solid spots to sit for tonight and tomorrow morning, and trying to figure out where I'm going to walk next. But I'm going to wait these storms out right here, and then I'll get up and I'll start taking a walk again. I'm hoping that some of the moving around I'm doing today is going to be washed away by this rain before I come back up and set up a tree stand later tonight. Ended up being pretty wet, but I have a feeling by the time I get back to camp, get a drink of water, change my clothes, I'm going to be able to come back and do a hanging hunt because it's going to be gone in about a half hour. It's about 3 o'clock right now. And I found what I think is an awesome spot for tomorrow morning with a northwest wind, sitting at the top of a ridge where there's a gully and there's a saddle, acorns everywhere, and 2 like super fresh scrapes. So I'm excited, man. Got a place to sit tonight, hanging hunt with some acorns. I got a place to sit tomorrow, which I think is going to be a meeting place. So let's get back and get changed, get in a tree, baby. So went back and got something to eat and drink and relaxed, talked to Trevor for a while as he was skinning his head, and I'm back out, but I did not bring my sticks and stand. This rain is just hanging on almost right till dark, so I'm sitting on a little stool in my ghillie blind on an oak flat, hoping that I might see some deer come out to feed just before dark. Got about 35 or 40 minutes and shooting light, and the rain is just ending, but every time the wind blows, it's dropping all that water out of the trees just like it's raining, so we'll see.
That was a miserable evening. Didn't see any deer. I was hoping I was going to get some doe, maybe come in and feed those acorns in the evening, maybe get a buck, come up and check them out, but that rain just really never quit until it was like half hour before sunset, and then the wind was blowing like it was still raining. So I feel good about the fact that I didn't take my sticks and stand out and get all my shit soaking wet. I took the ghillie blind out, took my rain jacket out, and left all my clothes to stay dry. So I just have my ghillie hat to dry out tonight, and that's about it. Everything else was still in the truck and dry, and got about a mile walk in tomorrow morning, sitting up on top of a ridge, kind of in between a saddle, where there's some fresh scrapes, some acorns, right in between thick stuff, pines, and some mature oaks. And I think it's going to be a pinch point, and I'm going to have a good opportunity to see some deer moving tomorrow. Okay, I'm going back to camp. I'm getting dry. I'm getting warm. I'm having a beer, and I'm going to eat some dinner. It's a foggy day this morning after raining all afternoon, pretty much right till dark, and then high humidity all night. It is so freaking foggy this morning. I got about 9/10 of a mile walk into where I'm sitting this morning, sitting on the ground, and nice thing is about 95% of the walk is on a horse trail, so make life a bit easier. Sitting behind my ghillie blind, so I don't have to carry all the extra weight of the sticks and stand, and it doesn't take me as long to get set up. Wish me luck. So that was pretty cool. First thing this morning, the wind was super still, and right at shooting light, I had a deer that was blowing and knew I was here. And probably in the next half hour, the wind started to pick up, and it was in my favor. Just before 8 o'clock, I had a small buck come by right on the trail I thought they were going to come down on. He was kind of looking at the blind, not sure what it was, and kind of was working his way past me and kind of started to go up diagonally away from me and went behind a big tree on the far side, and just continued moving away. 9:30, and it is like pea soup. It is just so foggy and thick. It started raining yesterday at 1, and it's so damp. My bones ache. Or maybe that's just old age, sleeping on a cot in a tent for 3 nights. Well, I think I'm going to call it quits for this morning. Really think I had a pretty good spot. About 100 yards that way is over a steep face. There's a fresh scrape right there. I was buried back in that thick stuff right there. And had a trail coming up here, right on the top of a steep ravine. Another trail going across there. Had one 4-point come in, just wasn't big enough. Okay, let's scout our way out of here, see where we're gonna sit tonight. Here's a nice rub. It was only about 80 yards from where I was sitting. There's definitely some beautiful public land to hunt in Ohio. Nice fresh scrape right there and a cool rub, but then look at that.
not super fresh because the shavings aren't on the leaves, but that's pretty freaking cool. Changed out some gear, and now I'm back in the stand. Found some fresh feeding sign on acorns. Who knows if it's at night or during the day, but I'm right next to an old CRP field, which is super thick. I'm hoping just before dark I can get some deer that come out of that CRP that have been bedding all day long and come down into this oak flat to get some acorns. I plan on leaving the set up overnight and doing the same thing in the morning, but that may not come to fruition. It is supposed to piss rain tomorrow morning. If that's the case, I'm not gonna get soaking wet, get all my gear wet, and drive 5 hours home. I'll come back out in a pair of hiking pants and a long sleeve t-shirt. I'll get my hang-on stand and sticks down, and at least that'll be the only stuff that's wet as I drive home and get ready to go back home to hunt this week. All weekend. Bobcat on film. He just zipped across that logging road down there super quick. By the time we got the camera turned, he was already up into the bushes. Just slinking along. Sitting in a good spot with all this fresh acorn sign that I found this afternoon. I've seen 4 doe and that small buck that was just chasing that doe around, and a bobcat. It's been a great evening. Too bad it's the last night Let's hope it's not raining in the morning so I can come back in here. The squirrels are going nuts over there over something. Morning, folks. Wish I had better news, but there is some serious rain rolling in. I was so psyched to find 5 doe in an active, fresh oak flat last night feeding. So excited to get back out this morning. But shooting hours are right around 7 a.m. and somewhere between 7:15 and 7:45, we're supposed to have a huge wall of rain coming in that's supposed to last 3 or 4 hours. So I have a strange feeling that last night was my last hunt. We're gonna get out of here, get packed up, get stuff in the truck. I've still got to get into the woods and get my set, hopefully before this rain comes, and have a dry pair of sweats to put on to wear to drive home. Definitely disappointing this week that we didn't see more deer. We've had tons of deer on our cameras the last 3 to 4 weeks. In fact, I've had mature bucks on my cameras every single day. We got here 4 days ago and I've not seen a mature buck on my cameras the last 3 days. I think we just hit the beginning of this lockdown phase right here, and in these big woods, there's not a lot of high deer densities, and if you've got a buck locked down for 2 days, you got to be pretty lucky to meet that buck at the right place at the right time as he's moving from one hot doe looking for the next. We did see 3 mature bucks out of 4 guys in 3.5 days of hunting, and Trevor was fortunate enough to get a really nice 9-point, but wasn't in our cards this year, but that's all right. Get home, finish up PA archery season. I've already got my New York buck. Look for New York gun to start this week, and there's always another year to come back to Ohio. Every time you come, you learn something new. That's why they call it hunting. Just got to the parking lot where I have my stuff. As you can see, just from the campground here, the 4-mile drive, I had 4 doe walk in front of me on the road. I'm gonna put some clothes on here and get my safety harness on. I'm gonna grab my bow. I may have like 15-20 minutes to sit in the tree. Might as well sit there anyways. I gotta go up and get it out, but I'm gonna put stuff on that if I do get soaking wet, I can just throw right here in the back of the truck, put on some dry sweats, and head home. Okay, we'll give it a shot here for about 40 minutes. That'll give me 15 minutes before the rain gets here to clean stuff up, but unless I have a slam dunk of a shot, it's not gonna happen. I don't wanna have to track in the rain. Well, I think that's going to do it, folks. I gave it one last shot. I'm going to go ahead and get my hang-on stand and sticks down. Got about 20 minutes till the rain comes. I'd like to have everything put away fairly dry before I start my 5-hour drive home. Okay, that'll do it, folks. Ohio, 4 years, no deer, plenty of great experiences with friends, and hoping I'll be back again soon. Hey folks, it's Kurt from Whitetails Deer Hunting. Telling you guys have a great day. See ya.